The Israel-Hezbollah ceasefire is in jeopardy less than a week after going into effect. The terror group fired into Israeli territory after claiming that Israel repeatedly violated their truce. Israel killed at least 11 people in airstrikes in response to Hezbollah's attack. And this comes as Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders is joining a former Israeli defense minister accusing the IDF of ethnic cleansing in Gaza. NewsNation's Alina Shirazi has the latest from Washington this morning. Alina, how is the IDF pushing back on these claims?
Markie, good morning. The IDF has rejected any of these claims, to your point there, of ethnic cleansing in the Gaza Strip and says they have been operating in accordance with international law. Israel's former defense minister, Yoav Gallant, is defending the IDF, saying, quote, Yaalon's words are a lie that helps our enemy and hurts Israel. The U.S. has also, we know, commented on this accusation. Here's what the State Department had to say on this.
I can tell you two things. Number one, they have said to us that's not their policy. And number two, we have made clear to them that that we would fundamentally reject any such policy. I can't speak to the assessments made by a former Israeli military official. I can tell you that when it comes to potential violations of international humanitarian law, something else he raised in his statement, we have our ongoing assessments, and they have not concluded.
And Yaalon's claims, we know, come over a week after the ICC did issue arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, as well as former Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. Markie.
And Alina, what's the plan for Gaza if a ceasefire deal is reached?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the State Department has said that they would like to see happen in Gaza once a ceasefire has been agreed upon and hostages have been released. Obviously, we aren't there yet. But a State Department spokesperson, Matthew Miller, he wouldn't elaborate on the plan, really leaving it kind of vague other than to say it should allow displaced Palestinians to return home. We know a new round of ceasefire talks with Hamas began on Sunday. And the White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says he thinks the chances of reaching an agreement are more likely now that Hezbollah is no longer fighting and Iran's support has been weakened. The ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah, we know, still holds, but certainly in a fragile state, as we have seen over the past few days, with both sides there accusing the other of violating the pact and repeatedly exchanging fire. We know President-elect Donald Trump is also now saying all hostages held by Hamas should be released by the time he takes office, or there will be, quote, hell to pay. Markie.
We'll continue to follow it closely. Alina Shirazi live in D.C. this morning. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.